Welcome back to episode 27 of G'day from the USA. I'm your host, Lady Amanda, and I thought it would be fun to have a chat about what it's really like for an Australian living and working in the USA. My co-host today is back by popular demand. You may remember her from episode 14, Somebody Called 911. Welcome back, Crisa.
Hello.
Crisa was born in California, spent the first 10 years of her life in Portland, the next 10 in Tennessee, moved back to Portland in 2009, and currently lives in Vancouver, Washington with her wife, Carrie. Crisa is about as American as chicken and waffles.
Oh, chicken and waffles. I love that.
Do you love them? Do you actually genuinely love it?
I do love chicken and waffles.
It's so weird.
No, it's not. It's sweet and savory.
I get it, and I enjoy it myself, but odd combo. Like chicken with a... it's weird. Anyway, how are you?
I am good. Yeah.
How's your week been?
Busy.
Really?
I did a lot of work. I did a lot of overtime. And then we had the nieces and nephew, and we went to the Clark County Fair.
Oh, I love the fair.
It is so expensive.
I'm going to go on Saturday.
It's so expensive.
Like in terms of everything, like food.
Oh, we spent more money there than I did at Disneyland.
Shut up.
The bracelets are insane. Like
what bracelets?
The ride bracelets.
Oh, okay. Like unlimited?
If you're just going to go in and walk around and see the animals.
I don't do rides, so.
You're fine. That's fine. But like with 3 kids, it was a lot. But it's only once a year and it was worth it.
I love the fair. What does it cost to get in?
We did a family pack online and it was $88 and that included 4 tickets and 2 wristbands for the ride.
Okay, that's not bad.
We needed 3 more wristbands and another entry fee. And so to have our oldest niece come in because we had 5 of us. Yeah. So her like entry fee was like $8. Like it was nothing. But the 3 wristbands were $111.
You're kidding me.
No, just for 3 wristbands.
And it's unlimited rides?
Unlimited rides.
Because otherwise it's like probably like $5 a ride or whatever.
Yeah. Well, no.
Crazy.
They have tickets, like packs that you can get. And I want to say each ride was 5 to 7 tickets.
Right.
And so it really worked out if you're going to do the wristbands. Yeah. Like if you're going to do more than 2 or 3 rides, it's worth it. Yeah. It was just a lot. And then the food is always very expensive.
Oh my God. What's your favorite fair food?
Oh, I really like corn dogs. I think that's so weird.
I need to try one, but I'm scared.
My favorite Clark County one is the Dairy Maids or the Dairy Girls, and it is like the best milkshake you'll ever have.
Shut up.
It is so good.
What flavor?
I usually do one of the fruity ones. So they have they'll usually do like a peach or a berry one. So we didn't do it this year, but I'm sad.
I love the elephant ears.
Yeah, and funnel cakes. Those are such
Never had a funnel cake.
It's the same thing.
I feel like it's going to be real oily or something.
It's the same thing. I mean,
it's a fried bread.
It's just It's like a batter, and they just use it like in a squirt bottle, and it makes it
instead of just a bit of dough.
Instead of the big.
Have you ever had a fried Oreo?
No.
I mean, I think I talked about this on another episode that we went to, Dev's Coffee in Battleground where the Battlegrounds used to be. And she just made a batch. She tested it out and she's like, do you want one? And I ate it and it was seriously the best thing I've ever had.
I think that's Carrie's favorite because she talked about it. They had like deep fried cookie dough and Oreos and Twinkies.
That's weird.
We didn't do any of that. We just got the kids cotton candy and then we had lunch. I did have a bloomin' onion. They had deep fried onion.
At the fair?
Yeah.
Was it like it was awful. The Outback Steakhouse?
Yeah, it was. I like Outbacks. I will say that.
You do?
I do.
I mean, I guess if I got my head out of the fact it's just American food and not Australian, I'd probably like it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
There's
the choices seem
kangaroo
limited.
steaks on the menu, unfortunately.
No, thank God. I did have the Alice Springs chicken or something. I mean, it was good. It's just, could have had it anywhere.
Honestly, I think that all those, like the Outback and the Red Robin and the Red Lobster and the Applebee's, I think they're all the same.
Yes.
Like they're just, this one's a little bit more seafoodish and this one's a little bit more American and this one apparently is Australian.
What's your favorite restaurant here?
My favorite.
It's probably going to be something local. Like
100%.
I would pick a chain and you would pick this remote
shout
thing.
out is Beverage in Ridgefield is a tap house. It is
I have been there.
You have? It is my favorite. am biased because I know the owners,
yes.
but legitimately they do an amazing job. They have a really great small menu, so you're not overwhelmed with a lot of options.
Yes, very good for an Aussie.
They have specials, and then they are really good into like the local sports. So anytime that the Ridgefield Raptors are playing a baseball game, they have like a little menu just for that. That's like cool. $7, $9, like little things that you can just grab and go. Their drink selections are amazing. And
outdoor area, magic.
If anybody is a wine drinker, the first time I ever went, they'd been open for 2 weeks. I got their wine flight, and each glass, there were 4 or 5, was 3 ounces, but they filled it to the top. A normal wine flight is like you get an ounce of this one. Right, nothing. And I looked at Joe, the bartender, and was like, are you pouring this right? Because is it because it like you kind of know us or what? And like that's how they do it.
For real.
And it was like $14. And
oh my God.
I got like, and they were out of the one I really wanted to try. And the owner went to the winery and got the case of wine and came back and gave me a glass of that.
That's really above and beyond.
They're really good, and their prices are decent, and they have great cocktails.
Yeah. It was a beautiful
and
place.
Bingo nights, I think on Wednesdays or Thursdays, we went up there for a bingo night.
I enjoyed that.
It was lovely.
Invite me.
Yes, let's go.
I had the chicken. Did I have chicken strips or something? It was really good, and the
mother
tots.
clucker.
Yeah, it was that. The mother clucker
is probably their most like.
Oh my God! The chicken was so good.
Yeah, I love that place.
And I think I did have I don't know if they were Cajun tots, but there were some tot things. And it was really good all around. Yeah,
that's my favorite. And then my local haunt next to our house we go to is called Ben's Bottle Shop. And
I know it.
I love that because the staff is great.
I actually thought it was a liquor store.
No,
it's
you can
a restaurant?
go in. It's not. Well, they have a kitchen. Okay. And they have pizza by the slice right now by another local place, Heavy Metal. But it's just a ton of beers on tap, and you can buy beers to go, and it's really
next
good.
to like an Italian restaurant and that gym, Planet Fitness.
Yes, they won last year like best bar or best bottle shop in
Clark County.
It was like USA Today's list.
Shut up.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
They did really good.
What about if you had to pick a chain? I know this is so anti you. You just every time we invite Crisa, like when a family member comes to town, we're like Applebee's, and she's like, "Can we go somewhere local?" I'm like, "No, it's a tradition."
Does McMinimans count as a chain yet?
I would go yes.
Okay, because there's a lot.
Don't love the food there, but yes, the atmosphere. The Cajun tots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that
maybe
one
it.
thing.
You know what? There's a burger that has bacon coffee jam or whatever. Yeah.
The elk burger.
The elk burger, substitute for chicken.
I'm such a foodie. I know exactly.
This is why we're friends.
If it was more of like a big chain, I don't know. We probably go to Red Robin.
Interesting.
A lot because
unlimited
they have
fries,
unlimited.
Yeah.
They have unlimited sides.
I have seen people just split a burger. Yeah. And then keep getting the unlimited fries. It's actually a cheap meal. And the burgers are reasonable, like 10
Right.
$10.
And Carrie likes, I think that's the place with the steak. I'm not a big steak fan, but.
No.
Yeah, I would say.
Okay, what about favorite store?
Home Goods.
You love Home Goods. That's David's.
I love Home Goods.
Speaking of David, very much miss David and Will. They've already left. Very sad.
I am sad that I didn't get it. I tried. I was homesick from work. And I was like, okay, you're up here. Oh, another good local one. It's kind of a drive. Is the Backwoods that I invited you guys to lunch for.
Don't know that one. Where's that at?
In Carson, kind of where you guys are staying. Oh,
yeah, I like that.
And it's a brewery. And
down the gorge.
Yep. Mm-hmm, pizza place. And they have other stuff. They have a smaller one in downtown Portland, but they don't have pizza.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I did go to Applebee's last night. Speaking of that, obviously
your
my favorite. Went for happy hour, ordered a few appetizers. They're at like $5 each.
Wonton
I think we
tacos.
got. Yes, they're my favorite. And also got some mozzarella sticks, and then we also got the buffalo wings or something. I didn't have any of them, and then the spinach artichoke dip.
Do you remember when we were driving in the gorge and I had you stop at Thunder Mountain or Thunder? Oh, I forget the name.
What was it?
It's a brewery, and we had
and we sat up and we went upstairs,
and we had cauliflower.
Yes.
Buffalo wings.
Yes.
And we were both like, these are terrible.
Yes. And we bought sunnies.
We did.
Or maybe, did we? Did you or did I? Or did one of us?
You bought sunglasses and I bought socks.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't believe I'm blanking on the name. It's Thunder.
No, I know exactly.
Thunder
I don't know
Island.
what it's called. And
Thunder
it's
Island
next
Brewing.
to this Alaskan fish shop or something. And you bought something for your wife.
Yeah, smoked salmon.
Yes. Oh my God, my memory is coming back. I just wanted to give a shout out to Ashley. I got some beautiful gifts. She gave me these. Here, Blender Sunnies. I've always wanted Blender sunglasses. Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
Never. I've always been too cheap and just bought the knockoffs, you know, for like 10, 15, 20 bucks, whatever. But anyway, she gave me these beautiful ones. I love my sunglasses. They're
really
sort
pretty.
of like, how would you describe them? Like purplish, mirrored.
They are mirrored and purple.
Very cop looking.
They're aviators.
Aviator, that's the word I was going for.
Yeah. They're like very bright Ray-Bans.
Yeah. Speaking of Ray-Bans.
Which mine are right there, my Ray-Bans. I love Ray-Bans.
I hope you can accidentally forget them. Speaking of accidentally forgetting them, Will left his Ray-Bans in the back of my car.
I would love to see those.
No, you wouldn't because they're now mine. But Ashley also gave me, do you like Bath and Body Works?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to have to show you. She gave me this squirrel thing that holds like their soaps. You know it?
No.
It's like an actual squirrel thing.
Oh, I know that.
Turn your head around. You can probably just peek it through there.
Oh, it's holding an acorn.
Yes. Isn't it the cutest thing ever? Anyway,
I mean, if you
she
like
knows
squirrels.
me so well. Shut up.
I love their Halloween stuff is out.
The problem with their store is this. Like, I absolutely love it, but I can't go into it for too long because the smells are so overpowering, and I've got a sensitivity. I'm a sensitive little snowflake.
Yeah.
We have some feedback from last week. Everyone loved last week's episode with David and Will. Wendy from Canada reached out and asked if they could do a few more episodes, and I truly wish they could, but unfortunately I had to let them go back to Australia. I mean, I tried, kicked and screamed to keep them here, but no. Our TikTok page is going strong.
Yeah. I looked the other day. One of your videos has like 1.6 million.
Yeah, and another one's like 1.1 or something.
I noticed it's only the ones that contain like booze and cigarettes.
Right.
Like the other
that
one.
go off.
Like
yeah, because I think I did one on vodka and it was like 200,000 or something.
Yeah.
I think it's anything that creates a little controversy or something is what I'm noticing is like when people just keep I couldn't even read the comments. There's like 6,000 comments or something. I'm like, I gave up.
You gave up.
I gave up. Yeah. But any ideas that you have or anything you can think of or you want to make one with me, that would be amazing.
Oh, for sure. I would redo the gun one.
Yes. I feel like thank you. That was my worst one. And I just wanted to delete it, but I didn't know how awkward it would be to delete it and then add another.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do that.
We can do one at like Sportsman's.
Let's go there today.
Yeah. Or we can go to Safe Fire and go shooting and you can record in there.
Fun.
Things you don't find in Australia. Yeah. Like indoor shooting range.
Okay. Loving that for us. Speaking of you.
Yes, please.
Everyone loved your visit and that was everyone was like, please get her back. You were one of the most popular episodes.
Thank you.
And everyone found you extremely fascinating. I think everyone has like some fascination with like cop shows and so hearing about the 911 calls and things that we see on TV. Any interesting calls since we last spoke?
So I don't even know if you know this because I sent it in a text to you and Kitty. I took a call. Hi, Kitty. I took a call of a 17-year-old boy who ran over his own legs with something called a ditch witch.
Oh my God.
And I didn't know what that was. And
I didn't either. I had to Google it.
Shout out. My caller was the best caller I've ever had. I've asked if he can get some sort of like
award,
life-saving award because he was phenomenal. And basically they were building a neighborhood in the middle of nowhere. And
is this just a family or is it
No, it's
work,
like a business. Like it's a construction company.
How is a 17-year-old employed?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
So I get the call and this kid, like first thing he said is this kid cut his own leg off. And I was like, where are you? He had no idea. We have a broad, map of like where his cell phone is calling from, but being a brand new neighborhood, we needed a little bit more.
And as you told us before, you can't pinpoint someone's location as much as we think.
We can eventually, but it takes a long time.
Right.
And something where somebody's missing a body part, you have to get there quickly.
Right.
So I took what little information I had, and because it was really far away, I immediately started getting everybody going. This caller, I want to say, is like 50s or 60s. He's I found out later he's a local electrician. He's highly regarded. He was amazing.
To start off, what is a ditch witch?
It is like I can't even
it looked to me like a little digger.
Yeah, but it has like a weird spiral, like
it basically makes a ditch to lay pipes or whatever is what I was understanding.
Yes. Okay. And it's got this gnarly looking spiral digger thing, but super sharp. So I have this caller running to to a nearest anything, street sign, address. He finally gets me something. We put it in. It's great. But I need a tourniquet. And so he had not, and I was like, use your belt, use anything. Yeah. He was running. I probably had him running for 7 minutes. He was out of breath. He was so good. He wasn't screaming. Most callers are just screaming at me to get them there.
And you obviously handled it extremely well, because it's not a call you get every day.
No, it was not. And I wasn't like, overtime.
Were you half like, what the hell?
Oh, yeah. When he said it, I was like, what? Okay.
And was it one leg or two legs?
So he gets back to the kid, because I was like, we got to go back to the kid. And that's when he told me, like, it's both legs.
And the guy's obviously just bleeding out.
Well, he told me it was cauterized, but it ended up not being cauterized. What had happened is he was under it, which had saved his life.
It basically pinned it, stopping the flow of blood.
And he lost one leg to his hip, and the other leg is above his knee. He seems to have good humor. The fire department.
I love that he lived.
He lived. The fire department went and visited him at the hospital, and they posted a picture, and he wore a shirt that said, $20 for the leg story. And I was like,
I hope he gets the money.
That's brilliant.
Bloody hopes he gets it.
Yeah. So I took that call. And then if your listeners want to look up some other big calls that I have been involved in, Nikki Kuhnhausen is probably our biggest one.
I do. Did we speak about this last time?
I don't remember. But she was the trans gal who was murdered. And
your friend.
My friend
was
is
on
the
the
lead
podcast
detective. She was on the I don't think it was Netflix, but she was on some documentary about it, where they cut off my call and didn't put me on there.
I know. I'm so disappointed.
Because they said, and then
is that
found
a dream?
The body. Oh, I would love it if they played a good call, not one where I'm like, this isn't an emergency. Don't call me. Like,
do you think? You know how we always say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Do you think that comes across in calls, or are you very?
Oh, it comes across.
Seriously, you're calling me for that?
Yeah. Yesterday, I was trying to match somebody's attitude, and I went too far. I could tell. I was like, "Ooh, if she complains, it's."
I'm
I was
gone.
Like, okay, bye.
Shut up! You said that.
I was
it was full Valley girl.
It was sing-songy with an attitude.
Do you think she had the Valley girl accent, or she was just
being
she
was mad because I don't know why. She was just mad. But
what was even the call about? Are we allowed to know? Was it something mundane?
It was dumb. She was in a hit and run, and she called it in last night. She was supposed to report it online. She called back saying that it says you can't because it was not an unattended vehicle, which she's correct, but she was just given the wrong. She was given the wrong online reporting thing. And so I tried to give her the right one, and she refused the service.
She had the tune.
It has to go to a cop. And then she was like, seriously, you can't just take it.
Oh.
And I was like, seriously
I can't.
Seriously, I'm not a cop, so no. But a deputy will call you. And she was like, okay, I guess. And I was like, okay, bye.
Oh.
Hung up. But the deputy wrote notes that she was provided the correct link.
So you did your job.
So he still referred her online.
Yeah.
But, and I get it. It's frustrating. I understand it.
Are your percentage of calls of just bullshit? All
90.
day. So it's do you hang out for hours to get one good call?
I mean, there are things that like restraining order violations. We get a lot of those.
Yeah.
Or civil standbys where, people are going through something and they need a cop escort. We get a ton of those. Disturbances, verbal disturbances. So I mean,
theft,
I would say
things like that.
I would say 30% of a daily call volume is legitimately needs a police response soon or as an emergency. Most of it can be handled over the phone or online.
Is it
or
most
by
of
your
it
own
the
Google search?
Because the non-emergency is 311, correct?
Yeah, we just implemented an AI thing that the public hates and we love.
Yeah.
Right now, it's apparently really, it's taking 10% of our 311 calls.
Really? So it's an automated
and you just
voice that will talk to you, and then it will respond to
this
whatever
is what
you say.
need. I had to use it for some guy running on the freeway, and I just called 311 and said State Patrol, and it was like, it looks like State Patrol would best serve you. Do you want me to transfer you? And I said yes, and it went right to State Patrol. So I bypassed the 911 dispatch center, saving my coworkers who are severely understaffed.
And does it sound like a human, or is it very like...
it's just a dude. It sounds like a man. Yeah, and then my boss's boss, our deputy director or interim or whatever, they go through and they listen. They have all the recordings, and so they're trying to figure out the things that's still sent to dispatch, to 911. Right. Like, what is it that people are saying that it's not?
Tweaking it.
Yeah, and so right now it's at 10% of our calls are being, because it's like parking complaint that's in the city of Vancouver goes to parking enforcement, anything on the interstate is State Patrol. So it's like a nice like routing thing.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And then if it's still an emergency, it'll get routed to a human.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But you shouldn't be calling 311 for an emergency.
This is true. Yeah.
Call 911.
Yeah.
I
get it. Any other cool calls?
The other one that I can officially share the name with was my worst call. Everyone wants to know, what's your worst call?
Yes.
I think I touched on it last time.
Yes.
So her name is Aubrey Young. And I can share that because we ended up in People magazine.
What?
Yes, the cover of People magazine.
Were you on it?
No.
Oh, but you should have been.
I know.
Were you insulted? Like when you saw it,
it's not about me.
But it should be.
That one, she can take
So this is, if I remember correctly, the husband had shot the baby and her. Yeah. And she was paralyzed from memory.
She is paralyzed from the waist down.
That's horrific.
Yeah.
And her child was killed.
Yes, and
the husband killed himself as well. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that one was scary because I was on the phone for a long time. It feels like an eternity, and in reality, it was probably 4 minutes.
That's still a long time. Like is your blood pumping at this time? Like, are you?
When she told me, when I said, 911, what's the address emergency? And she said, my husband shot me and my kid and himself. And my first words were like, what? Like what? Because your brain doesn't comprehend computing. That's what.
Especially when every call is like something mundane,
right? To
get something like so shocking, it's like, what?
Yeah. And then she said it again. The problem was, she's obvious. I couldn't even imagine her thought process, but she couldn't tell me if the husband was really dead or where the gun was. And that's a huge thing for responders. Because if you're going to shoot your whole family, you're going to shoot a cop.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
There was like this weird toy going off in the background. So I don't know if somebody had fallen on a toy, but like you could kind of hear this like animated thing going off. But
like
then there was
TV,
a huge, it could have been, there was a huge crash and I still didn't know where the husband was, if he was down,
like on a rampage.
And I mean, it was like, what was that? Because 9 times out of 10, when the sheriffs or the cops show up at your house, they'll bang on the door. They're not going to just throw open the door and enter. And that was not the case in this one. They just busted down the door. And then you started hearing, you have 3 patients. We have this person down.
Oh my God. Horrific.
So I immediately knew it was real.
Yeah.
She was talking to them, but
and what was
her family didn't, or the kid didn't make it.
What was the article about? Like just her life now, or?
It was about what had happened. Just, it kind of went over what had happened.
How would anyone even cope with that? You know what I mean?
I have no idea.
Like we all go through things where we think this is like shit, but that is life-changing in, like, I don't know how someone would even survive that. You know what I mean? Like you'd probably just want to die yourself.
Her GoFundMe is still active and like they keep posting stuff. So I know that she's home. I want to say she's a hairdresser or like a makeup person. She does a lot of weddings and
you
stuff.
Said, is she paraplegic?
I think she's from the waist down.
That's para, isn't it? Yeah. Quad is the... Yeah, okay. So she can probably still...
do her job.
Yes, she probably still do her job. But is the GoFundMe done well?
Oh, yeah. I think it did really well. Mm-hmm.
Oh. Do you reckon you'd want to GoFundMe for you?
I don't... It depends.
I mean, I wouldn't, but I would say I'd be a little insulted if no one made one.
If I die, yes, to help out whoever is paying for, like, if my life insurance didn't cover the things that I need and, the bills and stuff. But if I was alive. I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't do it if I was alive. That would be weird.
Somebody else would definitely have to do it. I wouldn't do it for myself.
No, definitely not. But if you wanted to do one for me.
Right.
And I'll like, Crisa, stop. Stop.
But keep going.
What's it up to now? Have we hit 100 yet?
Also, 911 in Clark County is hiring. So please come work with me and help me take calls.
Oh my God. No one can understand me.
Everyone, it's very clear you can.
I mean, I can't understand them.
Yeah, that would
how many times have I listened in and I'm like, what are they talking about? And you're like, yep, got it. And I'm like, what just happened?
You learn, you hear it. It's because of the headset too. Like you eventually will learn. It's like, I don't know, you train your hearing to know what they're talking about.
Plus you type so quickly. I'm like, peck.
Yeah, you do have to type really fast.
Yeah. Like you had to go through, can we talk about your, like, how difficult it was for you to, like you had to go through psychological tests, typing tests. Like it was a rigorous process.
It was an 11-month application process.
It was not just like, I think I'll work there next week.
Right, you're hired. No, it's hard. You have to do background. You have the psych evaluation, the typing, speed typing. You have this thing called critical, which is the first step. Mm-hmm. And it's where they'll like give you an instruction and like let you look at a map with all these like fake little police cars on it and give you a list of calls and be like, how would you prioritize this? Who would you send? And so it's, to us, common sense stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously I did well on it because I got
hired. Oh my God. I just remember it was such a process and you did amazing.
And I remember in the beginning I was like, I have a good job. Like I'm fine.
Right.
But then after like 4 or 5 months I was like, I'm committed and I will be offended.
Exactly.
If I don't get this.
This is mine.
But I did it. And so many people were like, oh, I've applied 3 times and you just have to keep applying. You have to keep, I did once.
Yeah.
I did it once. One
you're amazing.
Been there 8 years.
Has it really been 8 years?
7.5.
It just feels, I remember going through this process, like you doing the psychological test and everything. Like it just, God, that went fast.
I know, isn't it? It's crazy. But
well, I have our famous game for you.
Oh,
Guess the Australian word. I feel like you know me so well. It may be hard to.
Last time.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't imagine you as a failure, but
thanks.
I tried to think of some that I probably don't say often to try to stump you, but. Okay, number 1, Ripper.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Bloody Ripper, mate.
I feel like it's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Like that's good news or like that's...
It's great, fantastic, excellent, like bloody awesome.
All right.
Number 2, Dunny.
Oh, is it an item of clothing?
No, definitely not.
No.
It's probably, I probably don't use this word often,
Dunny.
although I go to it every day. You go to
the bathroom.
Yes,
but bathtub?
more. No.
Shitter.
Oh my God, that went down a path. Yes, a toilet.
It's a toilet.
Or I guess you guys would say a bathroom.
My grandma used to call it a commode.
Is that very Japanese?
I thought it was a Southern thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, to me it sounds very Asian-ish, but yeah. Wow. Number 3, chook.
Oh, I
actually thought this would be so universal that I thought this is just a stupid one. Like you'd guess it in a heartbeat.
No, but
wow.
Is it something to do with do you wear it in the winter? Is it something to do with the winter?
Definitely no winter or no wearing.
No. Okay, what is it?
It's a chicken, like a cooked chook. Like if I said, can you go get me like, a hot chicken that you'd have like for dinner?
No, I've never heard. I don't know.
Chicken is a chook.
No.
I honestly have like never used that one because I thought everyone would know that. It's half American.
No, it's not.
That's fascinating.
0 American.
Yeah. 4, cobber.
Oh, I can't even guess.
Friend or mate. And lastly.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can we go back? Did you say foe?
Friend.
No. Say the word again.
Cobber.
The other word. Faux cobber. Is that what you said?
No, just cobber. Oh. Number 4.
Oh, number 4.
Number 4.
I thought you were trying to say faux.
No, number 4.
Got it. Okay.
Number 5. Stubby. Oh my God. I didn't think I could stump you.
Stubbed your toe? I don't know. I told you I'm bad at these.
But you know me so well.
A stubby.
A stubby.
Is it like the end of your cigarette when you...
No.
I have no idea.
On the right path of alcoholish.
Is it like a shot?
No, it's a small bottle of beer, like a stubby. Like, how you can get a beer bottle?
Yeah.
That would be called a stubby.
Huh.
Yeah. So I thought we could talk about.
Wait. Is that done?
I
have some slang words for you.
Oh God.
So these,
turning the tables.
You might know these because you've been here for forever, but
10
maybe
years.
your listeners don't. So, riding shotgun.
Oh, riding shotgun. Is that like sitting in the front passenger seat?
Yeah.
Okay.
That
was a good one.
Yeah. Going Dutch.
Going Dutch. Is that when you each pay your own way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You're doing great. John Hancock.
Okay. I know this one purely because of my citizenship. And it's the first guy who signed the Declaration of Independence. So it's your signature.
It is your signature.
Okay. So, yeah, I had actually asked someone this question and they said never heard of it before.
They were American?
They were American.
Yeah, you're John Hancock.
Yeah. And I said every American would know this.
I agree with that.
Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Rain check.
Rain check. Like you asked me, do you want to go to get pizza today? And I'm like, I'll take a rain check.
Good. You're really good at this.
Thank you.
The whole 9 yards.
Oh, God. When you just go all in, like.
All in. Yeah, that's perfect.
Really?
Yeah. Jonesing.
Okay, I never heard this one in my life, I think, until you taught me this. I want to say it's like I'm jonesing for an adventure.
Yeah.
I'm jonesing for a donut.
Yes, exactly.
Like you're really excited to have one.
Podunk.
Oh, God. I think you may have again, had never heard this word, but is it something like real white trashish?
Right, that's so perfect.
Podunk. There's another word. Chintzy or something, that a very American word, chintzy or something like
chintzy, maybe.
You know when you go to the dollar store and they got all their like American decorations or something, and someone's like, "Oh, that's so chintzy." Or I think I'm saying the word wrong, but it's along those lines of
podunk. And the other one, the last one I have is shoot the shit.
Shoot the shit. Is that like shoot the breeze? Like just
shooting
talk
the breeze.
crap.
Yeah, I had never
like
heard
the
that
word
one.
Now. What did you call it again? Shoot the shit?
Shoot the shit.
Okay, we're shooting the shit now.
Yes, right now. I did not hear
bang,
that
bang.
until my dad called me once and told me he met Dog the Bounty Hunter, which he used to be on TV.
Yeah.
And he said that he was a truck driver and they ended up at the same place. And he was like, oh, yeah, we were just shooting the shit. And I was like, what does that even...
Are you picturing a pile of shit with someone like... Because, in America, everyone has the guns. Like, they could literally just be like...
shooting shit.
Instead of shooting cans.
They just shoot the shit.
Like,
yeah.
wow.
Well, I'm going to have to work harder next time.
I'm impressed with myself.
Yeah, you did really good.
I feel like I'm being a sponge.
I want to know what the Australian listeners knew.
If they got. Yeah. That's a good question. So if everyone could let us know, send us a email, voicemail, whatever. So now should we talk about weird Portland?
Yes.
So Portland's saying...
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to say their motto is keep Portland
weird. Yes. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Portland right now?
Oh.
Because everyone has such mixed... I'm like, podunk. Because Portland, I was introduced to Portland by you.
Yeah.
Like I'd obviously been... Like arrived from the airport in Portland, but I didn't know anything about Portland. You took me to all these like amazing bookstores. Like
Portland is, there used to be a show called Portlandia, and the best way that they describe it, it's where like 30 somethings go to retire.
Oh.
And it's stuck in the 90s. And that's really what Portland used to be. And it just was a community and of hipsters and coffee drinkers.
Very gay friendly.
Very gay friendly. We love our farmers markets. We love, just nature. We love that it rains.
People love to hike. They will go out in all weathers.
With their Starbucks.
Yes, because that was from Seattle.
Yeah. So right now what sucks is in the last few years, they have decriminalized every drug. And so...
Is this why this is all happening?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
They have decriminalized all drugs, including the hard drugs. So your fentanyl, your heroin, your meth.
That's decriminalized?
Decriminalized. You cannot go to jail. You can't... There's
nothing. What do you mean?
illegal.
If I just went and bought some fentanyl...
They would offer you a clean needle and a place to shoot up. Yeah. So right now, it's also not... There is no laws against... homelessness or camping. There is a lot of laws protecting them. So right now in the last, 3 years? COVID was 3 years? 3 to 5?
It was COVID-ish, wasn't it?
It's really, it's trash. You go down the interstate and it's just tents and houseless people.
Someone had
fires.
a pool, Crisa.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Podunk.
Podunk. Podunk is such a universal word.
And so I think they're trying. There's a lot of hate for the people in charge of Portland right now. Mm-hmm. I think they're trying to clean some stuff up. Right. I know they had a thing go out where you were no longer allowed to camp along the interstate. So they cleaned a lot of that up, but they come back. There's
Who's
so many.
Who's enforcing it? Like, is a cop like move on?
No, their hands are tied.
They've just given up.
They can't, because there's laws protecting the houseless community. The problem is there's not a lot of resources available. Yeah. And there's a lot of resources to be houseless, to be homeless. You can still set up around, I forget the name, there's a cafe that will feed them 3 meals, hot meals a day.
So you can actually live quite well.
You can live very well.
Yeah.
And you get your, food stamps. Yep. Your SNAP cards. And you can get like your free cell phone from the government. And
you get a free phone?
Yeah. You can get a free phone if you don't have the means to get a phone.
Why do you think people are homeless?
I think a lot of it is drugs and mental health.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of resources for that. Where are you going to go?
And the real estate, like the rent and everything is so
I had heard
expensive.
some rumor, I might get the company wrong. I want to say it was Columbia Sportswear.
I
could be wrong, but they said that they were going to move to downtown Portland and then also build a second high rise, but that was only going to be for, or maybe it was half of their building for like the transition of houseless getting into homes. So like for families. And I don't know whatever happened to that. I know that Columbia Sportswear is downtown. And again, I could have the name wrong.
Right. But won't hold you to it.
I know. Columbia Sportswear. I'm sorry if I got that wrong.
It's probably like Nike or something.
Nike,
Adidas.
So I don't know. I wish it was the old school, and the traffic is terrible.
This is why I don't go to Portland.
Oh my God, all the time.
I'm about, I'd say 35 to 40 minutes. And what about you? Probably 10 minutes, if that.
To Portland?
Yeah.
Oh, easy. 5 to 10. I'm right there. And just to get over the bridge sometimes 20 minutes.
The problem is there's only 2 bridges that cross. Like we're basically the Columbia River. Is it Columbia River Gorge or just Columbia River?
Columbia River here.
Separates Oregon and Washington, and we live just on this side. So we're like a border town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it used to be so easy. Like it was so quick to get over there. And like now if you go at like 2:00 on like a Sunday.
Screwed.
Right. I mean, it's insane.
I've gone 2 a.m. and there's been a wait on the bridge.
Yeah. And I know that places like Seattle are even more crazy with traffic, but they also have 6-lane highways. We have 3.
Exactly.
And it's just, Portland blew up. And a lot of people, they all blame the people from California, but Portland blew up. There was this huge like wave of people moving to Portland and Vancouver. And then I feel like everybody from Portland moved to either Bend or Astoria. Oh yeah. Like those are like now the new.
Well, I've been to Bend more recently, but yeah, I've not been to.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Was that phone?
It was my Apple Watch. Siri.
Oh, Siri started talking to you. I've not been to Astoria for a while. I feel like I need an Astorian adventure again. So
I went 2 days ago.
Shut up! Oh yeah, you went to the Tillamook cheese factory.
My coworker who has been born and raised, I want to say she's been in like the Battleground area in Vancouver area her whole life.
Is this whose sister works at the Fred Meyer?
She used to. She now works for C-Tran. She's a bus driver.
I have a lot of people. I know a lot of people that work for that. So she probably knows them. Huh.
Yeah, she wanted to go to the coast because it was supposed to be gorgeous and sunny. Yeah. And so we did this big loop and we went through Portland and we took the long way to Tillamook. She hadn't been there since she was a kid. Oh. So we did the cheese factory thing, even though she hates cheese. Like she's not allergic. She just hates cheese. Like,
I've never met anyone that doesn't like cheese.
Hates it.
What about, do they still have free samples?
Yes.
Oh, they do. It's back because I remember during the COVID, it was all closed down. There was zero samples.
Yeah, so they have like the only one that you can go and grab is the cheese curds. The other ones are those like little packages of like single pieces of cheese.
Oh yeah,
and so, like a little brick or whatever. And
I got the one as I was leaving one day. They handed it to you.
So they have a bunch of those, but then they have the squeaky cheese.
Yeah, I'd never had squeaky cheese. How would you describe it? It's like
It's a cheese curd.
Yeah,
and,
like as in it's being processed.
Yeah, and like when you chew it, it squeaks against your teeth. And so
it's actually really good.
I know, I like it.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then we went down through like Cannon Beach.
Love
we went
that.
to Seaside, and then we had dinner in Astoria, and we came home. And so we just did like an all-day little
I would enjoy that
tour.
Just in case you want to do it again in a month.
I will be doing it again on Sunday.
What? How come?
Asia and the kids, they want a beach day. So.
Oh, nice.
But we're just going to go to Seaside.
Love it.
And then
hopefully it's good weather. So what are some weird Portland things?
Oh, yes. Back to Portland. So I found a list.
Okay.
There's a ton on here. We're not going to go through them all, but a lot of things we've actually done.
I feel like I've done everything in Portland with you.
Well, that's why I was looking at this, because there's some things that we have not done. Mm-hmm. For instance, we have never been to Cuddle Up to Me.
No.
Where you pay somebody to cuddle you
up
as your big spoon.
This is disturbing.
Fully clothed.
I don't think I would enjoy that.
Anywhere from 15 minutes to 5 hours long.
How much is this?
I don't know.
Would you?
But
that would be weird.
It is.
I'd rather just pay you to cuddle up to me. Right. I find that's just
some people are into it.
Like, do you get to pick what you want? Like, I'll have a big
spoon or a little spoon.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's I'm sure they have a menu.
This is weird. Okay, that's weird.
McMinimans was on there.
Oh my God, I almost wanted to do an entire episode on McMinimans.
We should do it at a McMinimans.
Can we?
Yeah, like we should
live
go
and do a video.
Like, yeah.
So how would we describe McMinimans? It's like two brothers. You tell the story.
Oh man, I don't know their story. It is two brothers. They started it. They have
like breweries.
It started with like a brewery. They take old historic properties. Most of them are.
Yes.
And they turn them into phenomenal restaurants.
Yeah.
So our closest
hotels.
one is Kennedy School. It's
God. It's
Northeast Portland. An old elementary school, and it now has 4 or 5 restaurants and bars. Like the detention room is now a bar.
A cigar. The
principal's office is the
and
cigar
then the
lounge.
hotel rooms are classrooms.
Yeah,
it's like with the old chalkboards.
Yep. They have a little soaking pool. They have a beautiful outdoor courtyard. I used to have my birthdays there.
Did you?
Yeah, remember we would have it like
in
front
yeah,
of that
you
big
did.
fireplace.
I was picturing you as a 8-year-old having them there. But
No.
definitely with happy hour.
Yeah, and they have them all in Oregon and Washington.
Love them.
They have one that was an old funeral home. The Chapel
Street
Street. Yeah.
And we've actually been to every single one because you can get a passport. And when you fill all like a stamp from every like bar and restaurant in the place, you get 3 free nights.
Free concert tickets,
happy hour prices, movie tickets.
Mm-hmm. And while you're filling, every page that you fill is a prize.
Yeah, so it might be like
sometimes you'll get
burger.
free food.
Yes.
Sometimes you'll get a glass. Or
I have missed doing those.
Let's do them. Let's go do some. Okay. This one we've been to. I think I've taken you here. The world's smallest park is in Portland.
It is. I have. It's literally just how big is it?
It's Mills Inn Park, and it's 452 square inches.
Inches?
Yeah.
I can't even get my head around that. I just know it was like, is it in the middle of a road?
It's in the middle of Nato Parkway, I think. And it is just this tiny circle. And I love that when Portland was legalizing pot, somebody took out they plant little trees in here, and then the city will move that tree when it's big enough and replant it somewhere else. So they had removed it. Nothing was there. And somebody planted pot
in
like marijuana park? In the little park and decorated it. A lot of people will stop by and put teeny tiny, like make a little fairy home.
Oh, I love
in the park.
that.
So it constantly changes. I do love that one.
And it's protected as a park. Like it will never just become a road.
No, it's a park.
Love it.
The Shanghai tunnels. A lot of people don't know this history.
Oh my God, we did this.
Yeah,
that was for my birthday one year. We went in and did them.
Yeah, I thought we went on the Halloween one.
No, well maybe you had, but I remember you, Mama, and I.
The Shanghai tunnels.
Went on the Shanghai tunnels. Yes,
because Portland, a nickname is Stumptown. And it was called Stumptown because when Portland it's along the Willamette, and when all the merchants were coming in, they were taking all the trees, so it just looked like a stump town.
I feel like I probably did know this, but I just thought it was coffee. But now it's all
there's a Stumptown coffee is the best. And so back when there was a ton of loggers, and the only thing that was open was bars, taverns. And so people were just drinking. They would work on the logs and then they would go drink. They created these tunnels to the river and people would literally get shanghaied. They would knock out drunk loggers and take them to these ships and they would become slaves.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And they would, when we did the tour, you could see all the shoes.
Yes.
They have these shoes in these cells. They had like holding cells.
Yeah. And like you could bunk beds and.
Yeah.
That was fascinating.
But the owner, I don't remember their names, but the owners of like the people who were in charge of all the logging were upset that the only options in Portland were taverns.
Yeah.
So one of the big historic things that people always talk about in Portland are the Benson bubblers.
Yes.
And
there's like drink fountains.
They are free water fountains and they are the original ones, the green ones with the 3 little like things that come out to drink are the original Benson bubblers that the city had put in because they were tired of all their loggers being drunk and shanghaied.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how long have they been there? Do you have any idea?
Oh, I could look it up. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm not good with years and numbers, but
that's impressive. Yeah, I remember that was one of the first things you pointed out to me. You're like, that is a Benson bubbler.
The Benson bubblers, yes.
And is that named after Benson?
The guy who
built them. Very cool.
One that everyone must do when you come to Portland at the airport. It's very famous that you do it every time you're at the airport.
Oh, the carpet.
You take a picture of your feet on the Portland carpet.
I'm pretty sure you took a photo of mine and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? This is ridiculous.
At this point, you're jinxing it if you don't. Like you're jinxing your whole trip.
I keep forgetting to do it. Ugh. So how did it become a thing?
I don't know how
you just known this your entire life?
My whole life. Like it's just a thing. You do it. They had re-carpeted the Portland airport and people were upset. Like
really? Because they changed the
style. Changed the design.
Ooh.
So they actually took rolls of Portland airport carpet, auctioned it off, and you can buy like mats for your welcome mats.
Yeah.
You could get like all these like random squares of the Portland airport carpet went on auction.
Did they put the same style back in or is it now completely different?
It's different.
They're renovating that
airport. Renovating the whole thing. Yeah. I know that the old, I want to say where the Alaska flights are out of. It was the old hall for a while and you could still see it there. But I think right now it's all gone. I could be wrong.
But are people still doing the photos?
Oh, yeah. You still do it.
Make no difference what carpet it is.
No. Okay. I actually went to a Timbers game recently with Carrie and our nieces and the nephew. And I bought a Timbers scarf. Timbers are a soccer team. Well, we went to the Thorns game, but it's our female soccer team. And I got the one that is the PDX carpet.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I was like, you have to. Like,
yeah, it's a thing.
It is a thing. Let's see, another weird one. We always take visitors to Salt and Straw.
Yes, that ice cream place.
It is an ice cream place where they have really weird
combos.
I remember once I was in there and it was they had like 4 or 5 and they were made, the flavors were created by elementary school students.
Oh my God, so they're just picking random combos.
Who got the ingredients from a trash can. So it was the food that was being wasted and like they had to think about it. And there were like some really weird ones. The one that I think is the most weird that I've ever seen is actually on this list, but it's the bone marrow ice cream.
Ew.
It sounds terrible. I would never try it. Does it
actually literally have bone marrow?
It had bone marrow swirl.
Disgusting. Disgusting. I did go there. I know you took me and I can't remember what I had. I want to say it was something caramelish or... Like
my favorite one is probably out right now, and that's their Marion Berry and Myers Lemon. So it's not weird. I
can see that working well.
Yeah.
Like berry and lemon combo. Uh-huh.
And then last but not least, I think, is Portland has more strip clubs per capita than churches.
What?
And we have so many.
I've never seen any. Where are they?
You have. I've taken you to... I've driven you by the Pirates Cove. It's the one that's shaped like a giant
So just
jug.
to be clear, we've never been into a strip club together.
Not together.
But you have been?
Yes.
Have you been the stripper?
Never.
Okay, are you sure? Because you look real guilty right now.
No.
Brie and Angie want to take us all to a strip club.
Yes. So they have, there's 2 big ones that so everyone really loves the Casa Diablo strip club, which I believe is vegan. It's a vegan.
What does that even mean?
They serve food. And it's all vegan.
I thought you were talking about the strippers or something. My mind went a completely different path.
And then there's another one, and I always forget the name of it. It might, I don't remember which one it is, but it's a steakhouse where the guy who owns it owns a ranch. And so you can get like a $10 steak while you just watch strippers. But like,
are you constantly having to put dollar bills?
The one time if you sit at the glass, yeah.
Oh, there's glass? They're behind glass?
The only time I went was during COVID. So there was this like weird plexiglass, but there was a gap. And
for the money?
She stuck her legs under the gap. And like, I had never been to a strip club. I was mortified, and I was just staring at my friend Pat, like smiling, like, I don't know what to do.
And did you put dollars?
Yeah.
Where?
Did. Oh, you can't touch them because it was COVID.
Oh, but in general, are you putting dollars like?
If they have clothes on. But Portland's one of the few states that allows the women to be fully naked.
Oh, I didn't expect that. I was picturing little skinny bikini thing.
I mean, it can get to that, but then it goes further. Like
it's an experience.
Full.
Really?
Yeah.
Were the girls hot?
The one we went to, yes, because I wanted to go see like tattooed girls.
Right.
And I actually had a conversation. I pointed at this one lady. I was like, oh, I think that tattoo is by, I think his name is Kyle Stitcher. But I follow him on Instagram, and he's amazing, and he's so expensive, but his work is like worth it. And she heard me say that, and she was like, oh yeah, it is. And she came over and showed me like all of her work.
Really?
And then like,
were you having to put dollar bills as she was talking?
No.
Oh, that's good.
We just gave her money.
Oh, you gave her money to talk to her?
I mean, after, like when she like put on her show, it's polite.
They dance?
Yeah, they dance.
I need to go. I mean, I need to see this with my own eyes.
We'll go to the steakehouse one.
Okay.
You just
I don't eat steak, but I'll eat a chicken. So I got some truth or lies on Portland for you. Figured keep it, like you spent half your life there. You've taken me to every place in existence. So I figure you'll probably nail this. And some of it actually may be like what we just talked about. But this one may stump you. Number one, a herd of goats is employed to clear vegetation from public spaces in the Belmont neighborhood.
Yes.
Yes. How have I never seen this?
So because they move around, but they actually used to be right on MLK. I think it's still MLK there, but you used to be Martin Luther King.
Okay.
You used to be able to see where they were all the time when they weren't. I don't know where they permanently are, but yes. Okay. You can rent them here. You could bring them here.
What?
Yeah.
You pay?
Yeah, you pay.
Oh, I love that. Number two, the population of Portland, Oregon is 2 million.
No.
True, like more
False.
or less.
Less.
What do you reckon? Like ballpark?
Clark County is 500,000.
Really?
Yeah. So I would say maybe 800.
You're actually really close at 647.
Oh.
I'm impressed. Number three, the Portlandia statue is the second largest hammered copper statue in the United States. And I don't even recall seeing this, by the way.
You have seen it. And I don't know if it, yes. Is it the second largest?
It is. What would you say would be the first? And it's very iconic.
Yeah, the Lady Liberty.
Yeah, the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, it stands at the entrance of the Portland building and depicts a woman in classical style. I don't recall seeing this.
Yeah, she's on my list.
She has to be big.
She's gigantic. You have seen her, and she's like leaning down and like has her hand out, or she's like pointing down, and she is bronze. She's not green. Like,
I wonder why she didn't turn green. Because copper reacts.
Yeah, she's not green.
I wonder if they clean it. That could be the difference. Number four, Portland once attempted to set the record for the world's largest functioning beer bottle.
I could see it.
Is that a true?
I'm going to go true.
Yes, it stood over 34 feet tall and could hold more than 3.5 gallons of beer. It was constructed for a New Year's Eve event in 1999.
Was it successful?
I guess it was.
Wow.
I don't know, actually. It just says attempted to. So I'm going to guess no.
Maybe not.
I'm going to go with no. Number five, Portland is referred to as the city of bikes.
I would say that would be Amsterdam, but we have a lot of bikes. I'm going to go no.
You're good, because what is it called? The city of...
Beer? Stumptown.
No, you know this. It's on every building. Like, everyone knows this. You 100% know this.
Roses.
Yes, the city of roses. It's due to the ideal climate for growing roses. It's also known for being one of the greenest cities in the United States with a strong focus on sustainability, recycling, and eco-friendly practices.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you'll know this one, but I did not. Voodoo Donut offers a donut wedding chapel where couples you know this can get married and exchange vows with a donut-themed ceremony.
And
who would do
you
this?
Get a coffin of donuts.
Like literally.
It literally is like a coffin. It's probably 4 feet, 3.5, 4 feet.
Full of any donuts?
Full of donuts. I think it's got like 6 donuts for your wedding reception.
Kidding me?
Yeah.
Would you do it?
No, but we thought about having the coffin of donuts.
I'd love the coffin of donuts.
Our reception, but we didn't want to serve. We wanted cake instead of the donuts. And
can I just say, your reception was incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
It was very classy, and I'm glad you didn't do the voodoo donut.
I wish that we had. The only bummer, two bummers, is that we didn't plan long enough. We should have had 6 hours instead of 4.
Right.
Because we were busy. Like it was so busy. And then I wish that I had a big sign that like let people know our photo booth is here and that our tarot card, we had a tarot card reader.
Oh, I went to her.
But a lot of people didn't know because she was just sitting there.
No,
but
she couldn't read me.
The moment people knew, she was the last person to leave. I finally was like, you need to go because she was so kind. She's amazing. She was really good with her work, but she just didn't want to say no. And I think we had a 4-hour reception and we paid her for 2. She stayed the whole time.
She was good. Yeah, I had a reading
a lot though.
And she said she did 2 cards and she found me really difficult to read. And so she said she did 5 because I was like, I don't know why I had a block or whatever, but she's like, yeah, she was
lovely.
She was fantastic.
She's a friend of a friend, and she just did so well, and we tipped her a lot because she stayed. She did so good, and she's so kind. Her and her wife are lovely.
She was. Oh, that's lovely. Portland is the most bike-friendly city in America.
Sure. Yeah. I'm going to go with yes.
It's true. There's more than 350 miles of bike lanes. It's considered the most bike-friendly city in the country. That's impressive.
That is really
good. I knew there's a lot of like bikes. Ew. Remember when we went to the naked bike ride or whatever it was?
Oh, they just announced their starting location. I think everyone should go to the naked bike ride. Do you remember
I took a photo and then the girl was just like,
you are not allowed to. You can't take photos.
They weren't naked. They were clothed. I think
that
maybe.
Person.
Yes, but anyway, I learned my lesson and put the camera down after
We also have nude beaches.
Yeah, is it
Collins Beach?
Oh, no, I was going to say Rooster Rock or something like that.
Oh, sorry, Rooster Rock, yeah. That's another one.
Never been. Maybe you need to take me on a few of these.
I've been to Collins Beach.
Really? Did you get naked?
We did not.
I couldn't.
Carrie and I went for our 6-month dating anniversary.
Ew.
But we didn't, at the time, you just wanted to go to Savi's Island, and we didn't realize. And then I was like, oh, you know where we are?
Okay, I'll give it a go. I'm not getting naked. Portland is home to the largest park in the world.
The largest park?
Yes, in the world.
In the world?
Yeah.
No.
You are so good at this. It's the smallest park in the world.
Mills End.
Yeah, in 1971, Guinness World Records confirmed Mills End Park is the smallest park in the world.
We do have the only park with an active volcano in the continental United States.
That's my number 9. Portland has a volcano within city limits.
Mount Tabor.
Yes. It's one of 4 American cities to have an extinct volcano within
active
city limits. Yeah, Mount Tabor. Mm-hmm. And it has one of the best views of Portland.
It does.
I think you took me there when I had every vaccination known to mankind. Remember I had to go for my green card? And the next day you took me, well, it might have not been there, but I remember the beautiful views. And I was like sick as a dog and dragged around.
You and I went with Kona and we went to the echo chamber. We went up there and you could stand in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was it. That's when I was like.
That's not Mount Tabor.
The pincushion. Oh.
But I know what you're talking about.
And it's like a bus. There's some 4-way thing.
It's more than that.
What am I saying?
Is it not on your list that it is the most intersecting intersections, I guess.
Yes. Okay, that's what I was trying
the world,
to say.
I think. And it's the tram, the trolley, the Max, the cars, the people, the bikes.
That's what I was trying to get to.
We took Will and David there.
We did. You have got such great memory. Okay, lastly, in 1970, the state of Oregon held a music festival called Vortex as a distraction from potential violence during a visit by President Richard Nixon.
I've never heard of that, but I'm going to go with yes.
Yeah. It was dubbed the biodegradable Woodstock and aimed to keep young people away from potential protests.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on.
You are welcome.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about Portland.
No, I felt like we talked a lot.
I really appreciate you coming. Any questions or feedback, please reach out to our Facebook page, leave us a voicemail, links, of course, in the show notes. If you would like to support us and buy me a coffee next week, jump onto buymeacoffee.com/G'dayUSA. Rate and review us, and as we always say, Crisa.
Oh, I feel 5 stars or nothing.
Thank you. I was about to say, please tell me you've at least listened to one episode.
I listened to so many at my surgery.
You did.
My recovery.
I just can't
5 stars or nothing. Plus, yes. I deserve 5 stars.
And 100%. I mean, 10 for Crisa. And if you want to look at our TikTok page, how would they find it? Just Google search.
G'day
from the USA. In the search bar or whatever. I don't know. I don't know much about TikTok, but we're having fun. Anyway, thank you for coming, and we'll chat to you hopefully soon.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.